of decision making. The youngins, the people in school, I'm sure you have questions that you would ask. It could be a class question. It could be a life question. This panel is here to help us. Can we take the microphone?
I've learned, hello? There's the side of girls. I'm also learning that you can also waste your energy, your love energy, or your love brains on a guy who is not taking you anywhere. I've learned it from Saul. Omuwala yamwesibangako.
Namugulira amasuuti.
Namugulira amasuuti. Kati laba Saulo gyali ali mu church, is a preacher, but indeed Saulo is going to be a mighty man of God. Oli omuwala amwesibako. So a girl, you can also make mistakes in school. N'otabera ku bitabo byo, and for you follow a guy lwakuba owulira love. Me, I'm learning that both of us, male and female, we need to have self-control and mind your own business. If you're in school, be in books. Kakati kirabika bu pocket money bwonna yabugulirangamu nga ki?
Amasuuti.
Naye laba gwe yapambaniranga ali mu church. Mukama yeebazibwe. Another thing that I'm learning, I'm getting now the story of Irene. I'm learning that from the two different stories that we're all going to live our own lives.
Yes.
We are all different. And I'm learning that things you go through in life, although the devil sometimes tempts you, but is your own choice.
Yes,
you decide you yourself to pass your exams, to fail, to love that girl, to love that boy, or to kumugulira things. So Irene herself, because of the circumstances, she decided, her choices, you get. Saul, because of the puberty push factors, ekyo kyamutwala ng'eyo kubeera na mukwano gwe naye nga tebengaging am sex. Although kyendabye, there are many 90% of boys and girls who can be in a relationship never having a sex for 2 years. Either you a mighty man like Joseph. For 2 years. For us who were in school, by the way, me, I studied my senior 4, senior 5, senior 4, 2004, I was in senior 6 vacation, yes. But high school yonna from senior 4. Nga tulaba abaana mu main hall, abaana babula kwebaka ku banne waabo. Senior 4, bane nga ffe tuli bato, we were virgins, naye nga you can imagine even the girls we were with, they were young. You know this because we all grew up in different ways. So kati nze nembeera wa myaka 15 nga waliyo n'ekiwala ekirala kinene kiringa ngaani nga nakyo kya 15. So nga bambi gwe bakulaba oli kataine naye nga muli mu same age. So bwe kiri ekiwala nga kyo kiri mu basajja naye gwe nga kaana kato, but you're on the same age. But we used to be in high school. These things, what you're doing at school or what you're doing in relationships, it has not started with you. It started a long time ago. For us to have a long time, bane mu main hall, mu prepsi, ngabana chebekole mabega. You get, eh? So it happens, and it is your choice. I've learned that it is your choice. So nga guno mugendo bweguli, this generation as it goes. We also had a generation, those happened. As this generation still, I'm learning that someone has to make a choice, decides to make a choice of his or her life. Ngenda maaso oba sigenda maaso. For example, mutabani wange namubuuziza yangamba combination nzibu jakola namubuuza nemubuuza combination nzibu atwala PCM nzibu ate how are you going to confess nti bizibu ate obiyite kati ne sirika nemubuuza another day, are you changing the combination? Because it has ever happened to me. Senior 6 first term, I took Meg math nandeega ate nga nafuna bubiri mu O level nga mpulira math musobola. So kasita math yandeega ku HSC first term. Ha nengamba sigenda twala mathematics mu second term. So I changed. So at least I was asking him nga mubuuza oba asobola okyusa. So he was like, no mami ngenda gisobola ngenda gikola. I'm going with it. So it is better ngamuga, it is better to change earlier than otuuka eri nebikola ki nebitabuka. So he decided it was his choice. No one implicated it on him. Meaning you have to okugumira ebyo ebizibu ebiva mu ekyo because of your choices. You have to, because ku stages zaffe ze tuliko ez'abavubuka tuba tugenda ku womanhood or manhood. You have to endure all problems that are coming from your choices. Mukamba yebazibwe. For example, when I was senior 6 vacation, because we used to see abawala nga bebaka n'abalenzi abana babera mbudanke. Me, I finished my senior 6 vacation when I was a virgin. The first time I played sex bar, I got pregnant. And I didn't know that I was even pregnant. But you know, I cannot tell you that it was a mistake. I made a choice. I said, nga nekumya nnyo mu high school. Ate abana babaddeyo nga bandyako ebintu. You know, let me go and also try how this happens. But children, like pupils, students could say, breaking your virginity, birumanyo. So I wanted to know the experience. Birumanyo, ate abana bagamba binyuma. I said, I have to test. So nenfuna olubuto. You get? But I'm telling you, it was my choice. Was my choice. But the choice where it comes from, I didn't know that I will get pregnant. Me, I was just like, wanted the experience. So, I'm showing you. Naino gumira buli chimwe chava mu choices zange. Naino vumiria buli chimwe chava mu choices zange. Nembera n'olubuto. Nezalo omwana nga nkyali muto nembonabona naye nga sikola. I had to go back to school, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to endure the ebivude mu choices izo. Yeah, that's what I've learned.
Irene, I have just one question I want you to help me answer. When you were in school, was your family well off?
Yes, my family was well off.
Thank you. So this is why I asked Irene this question. Most of us who have families that are standing, family eziyimiridde, we normally take all this sacrifice they give for us for granted. And then you get in there, you're like, what will they do? She loves me so much. Daddy loves me so much. Even if I get pregnant now. When Irene got pregnant, she suffered her consequences. Her parents' lives continued. Alone. And your parents' life is going to continue. I think I have a similar experience with Irene. I came from a well-off family. Everything was perfect. I went to the good schools. So you feel like, come on. You know, they even allowed... now what disturbed me is that I was a celebrity in school. Being poor. Everyone wants to be around you. Everybody wants to be. So I actually didn't do these things, by the way. I didn't know. Just like Irene, I met, what was your guy? Prince Charming. I met Prince Charming and I'm like, till death do us part. And I also got pregnant. But when you get pregnant is when you understand that the wealth of your family has nothing to do with you. Whatever decision you make right now, you will look for that wealth at that point. That wealth won't save you from pregnancy. That wealth ain't going to take care of that child. that rich family of yours also has responsibilities. Now, this is a decision they were not involved in.
Yes.
They are going to ask you to go, you and the person you were involved with, to take care, because now you have made another decision. You have started your own family.
Yes.
So therefore now, just like we have taken care of you, our responsibility, your parents are going to ask you to take care of your responsibility that you have brought to us. So what I'm telling the youth of today, do not let the freedom you have with your parents, they only give you that freedom because they honestly love you. Do not take it for granted. The best you can do for them is make them proud. The moment you do anything silly, you do not know how heartbreaking it is for them. I spent
And they will
about...
suffer their
I spent about 4 years to have my family back. They were very disappointed because I come from a family that says, our legacy this, our legacy, we the Kisuches, we don't do this. And here you are. So whatever decision you make right now, like I said in the beginning, it affects you mostly, but it also breaks away the people around you. Even your own blood sister, you will forget she's your sister. At that point, she'll say, hey, Nisa, koze what?
There's also something I wanted to add on Saul's whatever, to commend. You see, Saul was telling us that he had a girlfriend in school, which is the way to go these days. But Saul managed to play his cards right. But another person may fail to play his or her cards right. Bakwatireyo ekitimba kikulie. Kati maybe Saulo was in a family ngerimu nnyo Katonda nga protecting nnyo maybe. Oba nga nebazadde bamusabira oba ki. Anything. I don't know how Saul grew up, but you can be in a family oba gwe no attempting to do something. Ekitimba nekikulirayo. So kwekyo ekintu kya Saulo nakyo kyenjigamu. Aka experience ka munno akafu mu Katonda tekakweyunuza naawe yingira kubanga gwe basobola okukukwatirayo ekitimba kisobola okuliirayo. Mukama yeebazibwe.
Tolina kulowooza nti.
Example on that, to add on that, I had girls at school abalinganga bangambanga nga tugende mu ki. Me, I was a swimmer. We could get from school ne tugenda nga ne tuwuga. So nga abaana abo bangamba nnyo okubeera ne ba boyfriends biki naye nze nga saagala ba boyfriends. So abawala abo nawulira nga njagala nnyo nange nkole biki bye bakola. Era bwe twamala nagumiikirizana nnyo. Let me tell you something. Nagumiikirizana nnyo. I had to break my virginity in senior for vacation because nali siri mulokole. By the way, nali siri mulokole. Ate nga ne mu senior 6 vacation I was not born again. It is after that boyfriend, I had him, but we were not even, try to soma babiri, tetubera mu kifo kyekimu, we were not even lovers, you know. But awo ngenda mu church okulokoka, ate kitimba ne kinkwatira wano. So that was the story. So really, osobola oyitira wali kati nze nange nayagala nkopa abawala bali kye baakola ki. Kyebakolanga kubanga nayagalanga nnyo okuwuga nga bantwala nnyo mu kuwuga naye nga wabeerangayo nnyo ebyo ebintu bya relationships naye nze nga sina kyendagawo. Kati kasita namala senior 6 ne ngaba naye mikwano gyange, how will I be in my friends nga siwera? I have to tell them the experience. Mama muvaka ya senior 6 I was home mu kyale na lumunye nga boss manyi na gye bali. For us those days we even had no phones. So munenze we nayita mwaka akakubo ka mikwano gyange ne ka ekitimba ne kindiirayo. So kati someone can attempt to do what Saul did because it is the way to go. Gwe mulembe gwa kakati. You can be at school without a girlfriend, without a boyfriend, but you can be there with a friend, academician. Kubanga, you know, we go to mixed schools. Me, I had most of my friends were boys. Naye ng'omulenzi mwana antwala mu kintu ky'okubeera nti no anziza mu birala. Gwe nkuvaako ne noonya ba academicians era nze ku ssomero I had no boyfriend. I had no bino mbuno kati nga Sawulo wagambye mbu mbu simanyi laavu nga ndeetera obulabo biki maybe ne Sawulo omusajja ati obulabo bwe bwamutengulanga kuba omuwala yamwesibangako. That's what I'm getting from Sawul's story. Omuwala yasinga nnyo okwesiba ku Sawulo. And I'm telling you boys of today, abawala ennaku zino bakwana. Seriously. Abawala bakwanira ddala n'akuteeka mu kitimba. First of all, basitama bwe bati. Bwe bamala ositama n'akulaga empale. Bwe bamala they do a lot of things. So maybe Sawulo naye bamuteekamu ekyo ekitimba naye ye n'akibuuka. So it is very okay. Me, I finished my education nga sina boyfriend ku ssomero. And even the father of my boy was not from the same school of me, and we did not stay at the same village. It was just a relationship with a sister. We had just visited. Me, I had just visited my sister. We got friendship. Aka friendship, aka time age. Then in vacation, we meet again. I said, me, I was a game person. Nganzanya nyo pool, ngatam a swimmer. So that day I went to play pool table as a pool. Nina certificate ya pool. Kati ngangenda mu tournaments. Na yenge wakamba gamba ngenze mu saloon. I had a lot of natural hair. Ngenze ko mu saloon nja kudda. So ngangenda mu pool tournaments. Kati vacation. Nali ngamba naye kino ekintu abala kye bankozesa ngenda kikola naani kye bagala okunkozesa. So I had a guy from Kenya bajja mu guidance, career guidance at school. So the guy liked me. Kati ngoyo gwe njagala nkikole naye munange ne nkikola ne guy mulala nga we are not even lovers, we are not what, you know. So ekitimba ne kindya bwe kityo. So those are the lessons that I've learned. Let me give another person chance to speak.
Bukenya, we have the people online. Yeah. But Saul, I'm blessed for your past. For real, we need the glory of God to shine over us, because what always sweeps us from the love of God is the problem of sex. Later days, our parents used to join marriage when they were safe, but it's very hard nowadays. Then Nathaniel says it's very easy to live without sex in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Once you deeply entrust your life to God, and you know the consequences that can come out of it, knowing things that can delay your prayers can also help you to overcome unready sex. And then Bukenya says, I have a question. Can I be in a relationship where we don't play sex? I think that's what we have answered. I think that's what Irene answered. And then Bukenya still tells us that he spent 5 years with Prosi without even a kiss, which is a decision he made until she moved on. Students, they enjoyed. Nae, for sure, people, it's not really good to have sex before marriage. It's a sin. Then Bukenya says, Cherise, Rofeka, Nisi, Damba, Gloria, Gift, Mark. He has questions for you. Probably you will see him after this. We have a few minutes to close this. I really want to hear from Nisi, from Gift, from Rofeka. I want to hear from Jovia, Pauline, Cherise, Jonathan, Andrew. We are talking about the level where you are right now, and you are quiet. Temubanga mugamba, bali kubyabwe. Balimba. Munange naffe twagambanga, balimba. You people. So, and we are the same people you will call. Atali, gold. There's this girl. And that's why we told you.
Yes, how are you guys? My question goes to Mr. Doctor. During your school time, were you fearing girls or no?
But he was the one getting for people girls.
Yeah, you can get you can get girls for others, but when you are fearing them. Yes.
I wasn't fearing girls because if I could fear, I couldn't connect to them.
Okay. Gift, you're saying something. Someone give her the microphone. She's saying something. Give Gift the microphone, please. Give Gift the microphone. I need them to tell us what they have learned. Pauline, Jovia, Jonathan.
For me, what I've learned is that
A little bit louder, louder. We have people online watching.
that you can make a decision to do something. It's your own decision to do something. You drop out of school, you go to do something, but is that the great decision you can make? There are even more better decisions you can make. And even the other thing is that you can be in a relationship without having sex.
Praise God. Me, what I've learned in
Louder.
Irene's
Online.
story is, Irene told us she was once in a relationship with a guy, and then this guy broke her heart. She suffered depression. You might miss out the pregnancy thing, but you suffered depression. And then you're like, your books, you cannot do well in studies, and then you be like lonely at school. You don't feel anything, you don't understand. Kubanga go abyetekam. So at our ages, we miss this thing of getting pregnancies. But then the depression, you're looking at a boy and then you're like, you are the love of my life. I will love you until Lake Victoria dries. What if it dries tomorrow? Then you will be left out. So, me actually, if I could turn back the clock, Ngandi Mumiakaja Gift, I wouldn't advise to be with a relationship thing at school actually. Because yes, it's true you can be in a relationship without sex, but still you can be broken. I have a sister of mine. She dated a guy. The guy was in Form 3 and my sister was in Form 1. They kept virgins until she was in Form 6 and the guy was at campus. Then, like Irene said, at school she had this conversation with other girls, like, you're missing out some things, blah, blah, blah. So she rushed after the exams and she was like, I'm going to get my boy and then do this and that. But probably when she reached there, the guy had already married Kaundoka Kubyedinisa with another girl. They didn't have sex, but this broke her heart. Until now, she's suffering that depression. She kept herself for the person. You know, you might not get pregnant, but the depression and your studies, I wouldn't advise. By the mama ange yali mukambwe nga kujayo ku parade na kukuba oba oli mu class oba oli mu class, she didn't want to care. So natyanga nnyo to date because of my mom, really nga akulabisa. I advise parents oba to do that. Neba kulabisaamu mu parade obwakabi bwonna amayinja ne gayika, because it's not good. Really, Gift, I'm not advising a relationship without sex, unless you come out and say, Mom, this is my boyfriend, we in a relationship, and then, yeah, because you want a relationship to do with good things, then tell that relationship about the pastor. Call Pastor Ken. Mugambe, Aunt Irene, I have my girl, but we want to walk right. But for you, Mukwano, Toja Sobola.
Nisi.
Before that, may I add on her?
Praise God. For me, I'm coming to Rachel's side, not that I'm supporting, but somehow she talked about depression. Somehow she supported parents being so rude and tough over their children with some situations, all characters and everything. But these things broke out chances for us to open up to our parents. Still, I'm going to go through this depression, and it may come even before I get the boyfriend. Then chances of getting a boyfriend come in with the time that I've been depressed, and then I like somebody that I'm going to feel like I'm speaking to a person. Then I have this relationship of a boy. Still, I'm having depression, and I'm not thinking of how it will feel when this person has chucked me or he has broken my heart. Still, that is another second depression. I have depression of parents that I can't speak out to. And if I speak out to them, they're like, you're disappointing us. How dare you do that? How can you do that? We have a legacy. We have Simanya authority. Nkumachiti, I'm your parent, but you would then I'm going to lose this confidence of like, can I speak to my parent in this way? For if I had a parent, or if I have a parent that sits me down, we speak as friends, live along this authority of a parent. Yes, you have to be with it over me as a child. But then I need a friend that I can speak to. I won't go to search for a friend or for a boy that I'm going to speak to. Yeah? He is going to make me feel that he's listening to me. And he'll be like, oh, sorry, once this person is sweet talking me, and then I come to a parent, I'm like, and then the first is like, how do you expect me to express myself out? And then I'm telling you all my concerns and everything, and expect a solution from you.
I really get your point. I want Irene to share a little, and then I want to get to Mrs. point.
Okay, praise God. There is this part that I told you that I had a boyfriend in secondary, senior 3. We had moved for those good years until when I came back without having sex. And remember, parents at my home, they never knew that I had a boyfriend because they saw me as this holy girl who is always at home. But I had my boyfriends. And actually, when I came back with my depression, I called my mom. I told her about the situation. She was like, you have to go back and work. Then I had to go to my boyfriend for some consolement. That is when I lost the virginity. Let me hope the Prince Charming did not hear this. So, yeah, that is through the consolement. That is when I lost the virginity, for sure. That is the first time I had sex. But after having sex with this guy, the following day, a friend came in. Because I'm from abroad, I don't know anything. The following day, a friend came in. She was like, you know what, Irene, I love this guy, but I know he's your friend, but you can also talk to him. I love him. He comes to me, but he has another girlfriend. I was like, which guy are you talking about? Your guy. She was my guy. So, and the girl she was talking about is another girl. So we are 3 girls on the same guy. So I told her, I told her one thing. You know what? If this guy loves you so much, he will stay with you. But well knowing that this is the guy whom we've spent years together. He loved me when I was still in senior 4. Right now I've finished senior 4. I went abroad and I'm back. Yeah? You understand the situation? Now, I'm still healing, and this incident comes in still. I cannot go and tell my mommy, this boyfriend did this to me. First and foremost, no one knew about the relationship. I'm telling this guy, if you love me, let's come out of open. You know, this is what I even told my man that is going to marry me when he came to me. If you really love me, go tell your mother, your father, you're in love with me. And go and tell your pastor, yes, we are in a relationship with this girl, and we are going to get married. That's what I told him. And before that, I told him, I'm taking you to my pastor to meet him. And he first met Pastor Ken before I said, yes, let's move on. Because of what happened to me, I saw that this guy is a coward. How can he tell me that he loves me, yet he cannot tell my parents that I'm in a relationship with your girl or with your daughter? So I suffered two things at a go. This guy has already done something. He has cheated on me. He has broken my heart. You understand the situation? That pushed me to go back abroad to leave him. Because I asked him, do you have a girlfriend? He said, no. Are you in a relationship with any girl? No, I only have you. When I already know, he's already after my two best friends. So that is it. So decisions we make. Had I not decided not to be with a boyfriend, I wouldn't have suffered two depressions at a go. Yeah, so it's better you leave it out till when you finish school.
Amen. So for Nissy's point, I honestly understand her point with experience. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Like I told you about our parents, we need, just like our parents need to accept us. I don't want parents that say, me, Esther is going to be a doctor. Who told you? Can you leave Esther to grow up and make her own decision? The way they shouldn't, is the way we need to understand that our parents are not angels. You get it? There are going to be parents that have good relationships with their children because they are good at that art. Then there are going to be parents that will be tough. And you need to accept that this is my father, this is my mother. I actually had a father who was very tough. Nga kusiba, omuguwae, na gunyweza, na kutwala mu kisenge, na sibawo. People would be at the door like, Tony, taso mwana. Like, akutabu sipaka wakowa. But he actually loved me and I knew he really did. So you need to study your parents and know what you have talked about. I faced my parents then, because I lost my father and I didn't grow up with a mother, didn't give me the time. I keep telling this to my friends, Irene. Create a relationship with your children. You can still be tough, but how often do you sit down to converse with your children? There is that relationship. It's just like, let me say, I could be having a relationship with Rachel, but I know she's tough. I know when I touch this, she will kill me. But we have a relationship that if I get any issue, the first person I will run to is Rachel. You get? I can have a relationship with Irene, but I know she's tough. But I know there's this relationship that makes me run to her first. That's what we need to have with our parents. So what we would tell the parents, you can be tough, but the relationship matters. When we have this relationship, I got through a lot in life that till today, that you don't have, or let me call my mother. By the way, people, I have a friend, I am jealous of her. Rachel talks to her mother every day. Mama, mama. But she said her mother is tough, right? They have a relationship. Like every day, mama. And I'm like, how do you talk to your mother every day? It's so abnormal. Yeah? But the relationship you have with your parent matters. That no matter, they can still be tough, but trust your parent more than the boy. Because, like I said, you'd rather face the canes of your father than the pregnancy.
No, like, the concern wasn't that parents are tough. Okay, yes, they are tough, but at a time they should create that time for their children. But let's leave alone that. The thing is, this thing of having boyfriends at school, not that, by the way, yes, it is a decision, but at times it may be a temptation. I have my fellow friends, yes, all of them are having boyfriends. Welcome, like she did to Form 6 all that time. Yeah, but there's going to come a time when you're like, nah, yeah, fetch. It's a decision, yes. But when it comes in with a time when you're like depressed over something, and then you would like to turn it to what you think to be a solution to your depression. But in school, we find people that have boyfriends out of choice. She feels like it's okay. We have people that have boyfriends because of their friends. We have people that have boyfriends because alaba film kalebira bikabinyu makagezeko. And then we have people that have boyfriends ngengeri jabasisinkanamu. It was either the boy being depressed or the girl being depressed. Echo tetugenda nenya muntu, but depression at times causes this thing happen nowadays in school because people are failing to speak out with their parents. I have a friend at school. This is a person that is having, her parents are separated. These are parents that give her money. Yeah? Yes, she speaks with her mother, but they don't have this room of making her feel loved. She has had boyfriends. She's counting from P4 to now she's having boyfriends. But when you sit down and speak with this person, out of depression, a story comes. Whichever boy that comes in her life, it's out of depression. Depression of not being loved by parents, and then also add the thing of we have friends that are hypocrites and what. Also that creates another story for making her feel that a boy is going to make it all for her. So depression drives us sometimes.
So I'm going to request the leadership, our leadership, to come up with a day where we need to talk about depression. Depression is real. What? What did you want us to talk about? We are going to have all the straight talks, but what Nisi is talking is real. It is real and it's serious. People should know how to handle depression. I have had depression since I was in P6 till today. But if I decided to share how I handle depression, sometimes I fail, we will take another day, and yet our time is out. So I'm requesting, because our young sisters and brothers need to understand how they handle depression. And so do the adult youth, because they also go through a lot. And when you're an adult, you want to show the people at home that everything is going well. So you sit in your room, nechikuniga, and you don't have anyone you need to show them like, your life is okay. But life is actually not okay. You get? That's the same with all of you guys. You want to show your gift, wants to show Rafika, I have a boyfriend, life is cool, but your boyfriend actually chucked you, and you're going through so much. So all these things happen, but how do we handle this? So today has been a really good day. Thank you very much, Irene. Your story has really been beautiful, life-changing. So, your story, so angelic, has been really nice. We have learned so much. Decision making is not only for the sex, but even skipping classes, even lying to our parents. At least the best we can do, the only person you can be honest to is at least our parents. Even simple things, the decisions we make here in church. So those decisions we make, all of these things, we have tried to open up and see how these decisions give us the outcomes. And let me remind you of what is in the Bible. We haven't talked about the Bible today. You reap what you sow. I swear, there are things I did when I was young, and I see my children do them. Like, you disrespect a leader today, tomorrow you're going to be the leader. And you look at this person and be like, Kale, this is something I did when Annette was the leader. And if you don't have the guts to shout at this person, you're looking at yourself being reciprocated. So you reap what you sow. Even when it comes, the things you do to your parents today, your children will do to you. Sometimes it's not because it's a curse. Sometimes it is God trying to show us something. So we are closing. It has been a very beautiful evening. It has been life-changing. I hope that from today, from tonight, we learn how to make better decisions. We have had different stories, including studies, people that want to go to Dubai. I'm sure some of you are sitting there, Rachel went to Dubai, she came back, she's all fire. I think I should also go to Dubai. I think we have had stories. She stopped in S4 and decided to make herself 23 and go to Dubai. So all the decisions we make in school, I hope we can make better decisions. Thank you very, very much. Join us again next Thursday. The program will be shared online. Our pastor, our youth pastor, is in the house. And I am going to request him to come, and being that today we are online, I wouldn't want the online family not to see our pastor today. So I'm going to ask him to come and help me close this evening.
Before the closure, before I give this to our pastor, what I want to tell us all, nafa abakulu, buli omu ayina story ye, and everyone has to speak his story. Time tells it all. which story do you want to tell? And I advise to pursue your career than pursuing relationships at this age. Because of where you're going or what you're seeing, you have to, this ground determines where you're going. So you have your own story, and all of us have our own future. Ono nsobola omusanga mu nnyonyi oba nempulira buwulizi nti mune Sister Gloria kakati alinnya ennyonyi nze nno nga ndi eri mu kyalo mu bulooka. This is what I'm showing you. So pursue your career. Wulira ng'omalirira okugenda n'ekyo ky'oyagala okulaakulanamu nakyo ekigenda okufuula omukazi n'omusajja ow'amaanyi mu nsi. Ogenda zaala abaana 10 nga tonnamala kusoma. When nakola mistake yasooka nembivaako. My boy used to ask me ng'akyali mutototo mwawo nga tannakula kati tabimbuuza, Mami, when are you giving another child? Ngamugamba after wedding. So you don't stress yourself. N'obuvunaanyizibwa tebuba bungi nnyo, ebizibu tebikwetuumako nnyo. So it goes back to your choices. So choices zaffe zitunyika oba zitukola ki? So everyone has a story. I can tell a story, you can tell a story, but what shall we tell in 20 years to come? Are you going to tell nti nze mbadde bwenti ne bwenti? Oba abakazi bano abamanyi bagenda kubeera eri mu parliament nga bafuna $3 buli mwezi, gwe ng'oli eri mu kyalo mu bulooka. Oba Sawulo agenda okubeera omusumba ow'amaanyi nga Stephen Fatik, gwe ng'oli eno. Mukama yeebazibwe. So I hand it over to my pastor.
So thank you very much for this wonderful time. I know this has been so great to us. I thank people who have been online watching us and giving some good views about the topic which we are handling concerning decision making. And this is one thing I want to say before we close. If you have not done anything, don't do it. If you have not played sex, don't do it now. Temuli. Naye bw'obanga wakikolako, lekeraawo otunulire Katonda. So that one will be the best. Look at God. God is the answer for everything. So thank you very much, youth, for coming. And those ones online, we really salute you very much, because there are so many things which you have been asking here and commenting. Thank you. I don't have a lot to say. God bless.
Okay, I am going to ask us to give a very round of applause to our panel. Thank you very much, Irene. Thank you very much, Saul. And then I am going to ask Navulia to come and give us a closing prayer.
Yesu yeebazibwe nga nsanyukidde nnyo. Musituke tusabe essaala eggalawo. Tugenda tusaba Buluganda abooluganda. Okay. Eke nga tuggalawo leero. Maaso kaseera kano nga tukwebaza olw'omukisa guno gw'otuwadde olunaku lwaleero okubaako bye tuwulira bye tuyiga era okututeerawo embeera okutandinga okuvamu ebyo bye tubadde tukola mu nsobi. Tukwebaza Katonda omulungi kubanga watuwerekedde okutuuka wano mu bulungi. Abamu twalese emirimu Mukama naye era tuwereddwa omukisa. Abalala balese ebyokukola eby'amaanyi naye tetusaliddwa. Tukwebaza obeera mu masekkati gaffe olunaku lwaleero era tusaba bye batusomesezza bitutuule mu si kuvaana okufuluma oli kyabadde ayize n'akireka awo ngazze kusimu Katonda wange tukoola ekisa kye ekiyigiriza era ekinyweza embala y'obwa Katonda olunaku lwayo naddala mu baana abakyasoma. Katonda wange osonyiwe abadde bakola ku nsobi otuzze n'ababadde batannazikola otuliidinge tuleme okuzikola. Mukama otuwerekere nga tuddayo ewaka tutuuke n'olwokuna olujja obeere wamu naffe. Mu linnya lya Yesu Kristo mwana wa Katonda omulamu mwe tusabe. Ekisa kya Mukama waffe Yesu Kristo agalako ayi Katonda okusa ekimu Omwoyo Omutukuvu bibeere naffe ffenna n'eri abooluganda bonna emirembe egitaggwaawo. Amiina.